There was once a Velveteen rabbit, and in the beginning he was really splendid. He was fat and bunchy, as a rabbit should be. His coat was spotted brown and white. He had real thread whiskers, and his ears were lined with pink satin. On Christmas morning, when he sat wedged on top of the boy's stocking, with a sprig of holly between his paws, the effect was charming. There were other things in the stocking, nuts and oranges, and a toy engine, and chocolate almonds and a clockwork mouse, but the rabbit was quite the best of all. For at least 2 hours the boy loved him, and then aunts and uncles came to dinner, and there was a great rustling of tissue paper and unwrapping of parcels, and in the excitement of looking at all the new presents, the Velveteen Rabbit was forgotten.
Now, dear, I want you to be on your best behavior for all your relatives at Christmas dinner tonight.
Yes, Nana.
Remember that we don't wipe our fingers in our hair at dinner. We use our napkins.
Yes, Nana.
Peas are your friends, and they love to be eaten.
They taste like worms.
No, dear. Peas taste like candied apples.
To me, they taste like worms.
Then you must be eating the wrong peas. The next time you take a bite of peas and they taste like worms, then take another bite and you just may eat the good ones that taste like candied apples.
But how do I know which ones are the good ones?
How do you know whether the ball of candy in your Christmas stocking is a gum ball or a malted milk ball until you bite it? You don't. And if it's a gum ball, you are happy. But it's the same way with peas.
Maybe everyone else always gets the good peas, and I am always coincidentally stuck with the peas that taste like worms.
You're reading too much into this, dear. Let me tell you this. Often my whole plate is full of bad peas except for one. That one is usually the last pea I eat, and it is worth it because it tastes like the sweetest candied apple ever. How do you know what worms taste like?
You know when it rains? Well, one day I was curious. Worms taste like peas.
Oh, dear.
So does the water that Grandpa's false teeth soak in.
Yes. Well, so, have you had a nice Christmas? Do you like all your new presents?
Yes, ma'am.
It certainly was lovely of Santa to bring you this nice Velveteen rabbit.
Oh, I'd quite forgotten. He is cute, isn't he?
Perhaps you should sleep with him tonight instead of your China dog, since you do sleep with China dog every night.
No! I love my China dog.
Well, I was just thinking that a China dog being made out of china, it's not very cuddly. China is very fragile, you see, and should it break while you are sleeping, you may hurt yourself.
China dog won't break. I love him.
Very well, then. Carry on. Let's just keep a nice, soft, safe Velveteen rabbit in mind, I'm sure that is why Santa brought him to you. Yes, dear?
Yes, Nana.
Now, we had better get to dinner so as we don't keep our guests waiting. And since it is Christmas, I have decided that you do not have to eat your peas.
Well, I may just try a few, in case I get the good ones that taste like candied apples.
And if you do happen to eat one of the bad ones, let's still have it go into your tummy instead of back onto your plate, We don't need Aunt Maud going into one of her fainting spells again. Oh, and dear.
Yes, Nana?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
Where am I? I think I am terribly lost. Excuse me, Mr. Train? But can you...
Bing! Reverse! Bing! What did you say? Cheep! Cheep!
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Train, but can you tell me where I am?
Ticket, please! Bing!
Ticket?
Please! Ticket, please! Toot, toot!
Oh, I'm sorry, but I do not have a ticket.
What? No ticket? Bing! No ride! Toot!
But I do not want to ride.
Choo! Choo! How could anything the likes of you not want to ride on something as powerful and well-built as me? I am a freight engine, and any toy would think it a great honor to ride on me.
You don't understand. It's not that I don't want to ride upon you. It's just that the reason I stopped you was to ask if you might know where I am. I'm lost.
You are just jealous.
No, I am lost.
You are jealous of me. Ha! Shoo!
Bless you.
Considering the fact that I am much better built than you, I can understand why you would be jealous. You really burn my coals. Stay off my track. All aboard! If you're really lost, ask Jack. Ding, toot, toot.
Ask Jack? Hello.
If you must know, you are certainly one of the most impolite toys that has entered this nursery in a long time. No wonder, looking the way that you do.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. You see, you cannot make a model out of rudeness. Therefore, you are not a model of anything. I, on the other harbor, am a model of beauty. I am a model of perfection. I am a model of a boat.
I see.
Of course you do. It kind of opens your buttons a little to be looking at the finest ocean liner in the entire Atlantic. I am very precious. Cargo.
Then maybe you can help me. I'm...
Lost. Yes. I know after seeing the way that you insulted the steam engine. I don't know why I should help you when I have such important business to attend to. You don't even have a smokestack. Can you imagine? Really, I am quite busy. I don't want to keep the toys waiting. If you really need help, Jack is the one to ask. Clear sailing. The boy is gone.
Not so well. Fix my throne, it was broken. And where's my crown? Then make me breakfast and brush my mane.
Hey, what's the matter, Governor?
What do you suppose it is? Where did it come from? Pew, pew, pew. Just look at those conchas.
Yeah, it obviously was not made in a factory. Oh, just look at the way he's assembled. It breaks my heart to look at him.
Handmade. Stitched seams. Oh, what a pity. It's almost disgusting.
Pew, pew, pew. I wonder if it can bounce. That corpulent creature couldn't get an inch off the ground if he wanted to, let alone quack. Quack. Hey, you! Does his upper left-hand forehead smell? He doesn't even have a stick-out handle.
Well, seeing that I have government, I propose we attempt to speak with them.
Right.
Hey, Can you hear me?
And I was drifting cloud into a
Quiet, baby toy.
By Jove, I think I've got it. Hey, toy.
Yes, sir?
Earlier today, you weren't sitting in a sock, were you?
Yes, sir.
With a sprig of holly between your paws?
How did you know?
Exactly!
Your kingship.
Just what I imagined.
What?
And worse.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It is a Christmas toy! Oh, no! Look out, everyone! I think it may explode! What do you want with us?
Nothing.
You don't want nothing?
Yes, sir. I think.
Well, then you must want something.
Two negatives, you know.
Well, come to think of it, there is something I would like very much.
I
knew it. It must want the shelves over our heads.
No, not my throne, never!
Or someone to wind his back. No!
If government is what you want, you won't be getting any from me.
I really don't mean to cause any trouble.
Oh, I'm sure if I was trouble, I wouldn't want you to cause me either.
That's right. Pew, 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 he makes me foolish.
Enough of this tumult! Christmas toys are all the same. All they want is to move into our nursery and get all the attention. And before you know it, the bunch of us will all be forgotten to that beast!
It is worse than hot tar.
It's worse than the cheating of a baby.
Baby toy.
Hush!
Why won't any of you listen to me? The only one who half seems to is the one sitting in the very center of the cupboard.
Oh, he would too!
Oh, him? Oh, why, he thinks China Dog is actually listening to him. I'm sure he isn't listening to you.
Pew, pew, his heart is made of stone.
So is the rest of him, right, Governor?
You don't even have to be a piece of government like me to realize that China Dog is nothing but a statue. He's not even a toy. That means he cannot walk, talk, or play. He just sits there hard as stone.
Am I a toy?
Ask Jack!
Who is this Jack?
I would think you ought to know. You're sitting on him.
I am awfully sorry, Jack, but
No. He is in the box. That's where he lives.
He never leaves.
If you wish to speak with him, turn the handle.
I'm sure he can help you.
I just hate it when that happens. It gives me such a headache.
where did everyone go?
Who did this? Who woke me from my sleep?
I did, sir. Could you help me?
Help you? I never helped a meal, rabbit. You will taste simply delightful on my dry, starving palate. Why did you bother me while I was resting? I get such a headache when I'm broken up.
I need help.
You need help. Do you realize what help is? It's plot backwards. Your reason is not good enough for this migraine. I'm going to have to eat you. Please, come closer. It's easier and less messy that way, stuffed rabbit.
But I don't want to be eaten.
You don't? Well, why on earth didn't you say so in the first place?
I didn't think that...
You didn't think. Well, how fun for you. I will just have to drink you then. Do you have a straw?
Oh, dear, no.
Very well then.
What? Excuse me, what? I can't hear what you were saying.
Well, I wouldn't be able to hear myself either if I was standing a mile away.
Really, if you spoke louder,
Hopping, reverting, the boy is back. Places everyone.
Quick, you fool! Get back on the box! Hurry!
Thank you for being such a young gentleman at dinner tonight. I'm so proud of you.
It was all so good. I cannot remember ever being up this late before. I'm so tired.
I'm sure you hardly caught a wink of sleep all night, seeing that you were so excited for Christmas to come. Now into bed with you. Here's your china dog. There now. Close your eyes and sleep tight. Good night, my boy.
Don't forget to say goodnight to China Dog.
Good night, China Dog. Please don't wake my boy up in the middle of the night because you have to go outside. And please don't lay in the middle of the bed so my boy lays on you and wakes up with a sore back. And please don't break.
He won't.
Very well. Good night, both of you. I love you very much.
I love you too.
Close your eyes and sleep tight. Sleep, little one, sleep, little one. Day is done and night has begun. So rest your head upon your pillow and dream of playing under willow. For Sandman is coming, and soon you'll be far away in dreamland where your toys can talk and play. And if you believe in all your dreams, they will all come true. But the only one to decide all this is my little bundle called you. Good night, my dear. I love you.
China dog seems very safe and comfortable. How nice it would be if only I could be what he is.
But you can't.
What?
You can't. You can never be what someone else is. You can only be what you are.
Oh, no.
What's the matter?
I know. You were just gonna tell me how awful I am and make fun of me because I'm handmade.
No, I'm not. I was once handmade, too.
You were?
Yes. But that was many years ago. Handmade will soon go away. Don't worry.
How come I didn't meet you earlier?
Oh, I was resting in the corner of the nursery over there. For I have found it unwise to try to talk with the modern circles.
What is nursery?
Why, nursery is where I live. It can be very exciting and magical. It is what you make of it. Nursery is where you live now, too.
It is?
Yes. Welcome to nursery.
It is so good to finally have someone that will talk with me. Why are all the other toys so mean to me?
Don't worry. They were just being modern. Those other toys were all made in factories, where the only goal was for them to be better than all the other toys on the market. They spend their whole life thinking they are better than everyone. But really, they are just jealous of each other.
How could they be jealous of each other?
Because anyone whose one and only goal is to be better than everyone else has caught himself in the worst sort of jealousy there is. Everyone has their good points and their bad points. No one has all of one or none of either. To be better than everyone else is to be impossible.
Are they jealous of me?
They are all especially jealous of you because they know that you, being handmade, do not care much about their modern ways and ideas. But don't worry. Those modern toys don't last half as long as us handmade ones.
They don't?
I have long seen a great succession of mechanical toys arrive to boast and swagger, and by break their mainsprings and pass away. But they are only toys, and will never turn into anything else. For nursery magic is very strange and wonderful, and only those who are wise and experienced, like myself, understand all about it.
Will I ever understand it?
It is very possible.
I think I am going to like nursery.
I know you are. Welcome home.
No notice of the playthings lying about, and sometimes, for no reason whatsoever, she went swooping about like a great giant wind and hustled them away into the cupboards. She called this tidying up, and the playthings all hated it, especially the tin ones. The rabbit didn't mind it so much, for wherever he was thrown, he came down soft.
Would you just look at this nursery? Toys everywhere. It looks as though a cyclone has been through. Oh, well, there's naught to do but tidy it up a little. Oh, no! China dog. Oh, he'll never forgive me.
Did you see that?
I can't believe it. It's worse than government that has run out of flavor.
No wonder they call her Nana.
And I suppose you think you are taking China Dog's place, sitting there all high and mighty.
Oh!
No, I was thrown here by Nana.
A likely story.
So, he's on Nana's side.
It's really not my fault.
My fault?
No, my fault.
I heard you the first time. Hey, everybody! The rabbit says it is my fault that he is sitting in our cupboard.
Oh, what a stupid rabbit! The next thing you know, he'll be telling us that government sticks to its teeth, just as it does Nana's. Ignore him.
Yes.
Pretend he's not there.
And if he says something, spit it out your ears.
I really don't think that is necessary.
I heard the wind.
Really?
I don't. I hear the stuffed bunny, but I'm good at pretending that I don't.
You're such a baby toy.
I'd rather be a baby toy than a hand-sewn one.
I propose that we have a quiet contest. The first toy to talk gets booted out of our cupboard.
Quiet contest. 1,
2, 3, go!
The rabbit loses.
Why, he is the most single impatient toy I've ever seen under the shelf in a long time.
He can't even be quiet for 5 seconds. Well, rules are rules. We will have to give him the boot.
Right!
1, 2,
3! And stay out. After all, government tastes so much better when you're not around.
Better wake up there!
Come back!
Stay away forever. Get along.
Keep out of my
Well, just look at that. The nursery is so much bigger than just this little room. How I do wish to know what it would be like to go out there.
Someday you will.
I will?
Most definitely.
I do hope that it will be soon, for it is so hard being in this little room of nursery when all the toys but you are mean to me.
I understand. But don't let it bother you too much. Turn around and look at the outside. See how big it is? Now turn back around and look at how little this room is. Don't let the little things set you back. This is one of the things that you learn when you are real.
What is real? Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick-out handle?
Real isn't how you are made. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real.
Does it hurt?
Sometimes. But when you are real, you don't mind being hurt.
Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, or bit by bit?
It doesn't happen all at once. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't often happen to people who break easily, or who have sharp edges, or who have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been loved off, and your eyes drop out, and you get loose in the joints, and very shabby. But these things don't matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly. except to people who don't understand.
I suppose you are real. Oh, I didn't mean that.
The boy's uncle made me real. That was a great many years ago. But once you are real, you can't be unreal again. It lasts for always.
The rabbit sighed. He thought it would be a long time before this magic called real happened to him. He longed to become real, to know what it felt like. And yet the idea of growing shabby and losing his eyes and whiskers was rather sad. He wished he could become it without all these uncomfortable things happening to him.
The boy is returning. Places, everyone. Bing! Hurry, Rabbit, get back on track. Bing!
Hurry, Rabbit, get back on the shelf.
Boy, the boy returned.
I'm trying, but I seem to be stuck.
Of course you're stuck. You have nothing to walk with.
Well, Skin Horse, you're so old and wise. Do something.
All right, into bed with you.
Aren't you going to get my China dog for me?
Your China dog... I can't seem to find your China dog anywhere. I don't know where he could be.
Nana, you know I can't sleep without my China dog.
Now, we'll have none of that. You should be thankful that you're not going to put an eye out. Here, take your old bunny.
And she dragged the rabbit out by one ear and put him into the boy's arms.
But my China dog.
Good night.
That night, and for many nights after, the Velveteen Rabbit slept in the boy's bed. At first he found it rather uncomfortable, for the boy hugged him very tight. And sometimes he pushed him so far under the pillow that the rabbit could scarcely breathe. And he missed, too, those long moonlit hours in the nursery, when all the house was silent, and his talks with the Skin Horse. But very soon he grew to like it, for the boy used to talk to him, and made nice tunnels for him under the bedclothes that he said were like the burrows the real rabbits lived in. And they had splendid games together in the Whispers, when Nana had gone away to her supper and left the nightlight burning. And when the boy dropped off to sleep, the rabbit would snuggle down close under his little warm chin and dream, with the boy's hands clasped close behind him all night long. That was a wonderful summer. Near the house where they lived, there was a wood, and in the long June evenings, the boy liked to go there after tea to play. He took the Velveteen Rabbit with him, and before he wandered off to pick flowers or play at brigands among the trees, he always made the rabbit a little nest somewhere among the bracken, where he would be quite cozy, for he was a kind-hearted little boy, and he liked the bunny to be comfortable. One evening, while the rabbit was lying there alone, watching the ants that ran to and fro between his velvet paws in the grass, he saw two strange beings creep out of the bracken near him.
Rabbits like myself, but quite furry and brand new. They must have been very well made, for their seams don't show at all. They change shape in such a strange way when they move. One minute they are long and thin, and the next minute fat and bunchy, instead of always staying the same, like me. Their feet pad so softly on the ground, and their noses never stop twitching. I shall have to look hard to see which side of clockwork sticks out, for I know that people who jump generally have something to wind them up. These evidently are a new kind of rabbit altogether.
Why don't you come and play with us?
I don't feel like it, for I am afraid that I don't have any clockwork.
Oh, it's as easy as anything.
I don't believe you can.
I can! I can jump higher than anything.
Can you hop on your hind legs?
That was a dreadful question, for the Velveteen Rabbit had no hind legs at all. The back of him was made all in one piece like a pincushion. He sat still in the bracken and hoped that the other rabbits wouldn't notice.
I don't want to.
He hasn't got any hind legs.
Fancy a rabbit without any hind legs.
I have got hind legs. I am sitting on them.
Well, then stretch them out and show me like this.
I don't like dancing. I'd rather sit still.
And all the while, he was longing to dance, for a funny new tickly feeling ran through him, and he felt he would give anything in the whole world to be able to jump about like the rabbits did.
He doesn't smell right. He isn't a rabbit at all. He isn't real.
I am real. I am real.
Not real, not real. Haha, you're fake. Not real.
Boy!
Yes, Nana?
You are out way past your bedtime. What on earth are you up to? Now hurry up and get back home. If you are not home on the count of 10, then you shall be sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm coming! Just then there was a sound of footsteps, and the boy ran past near them, and with a stamp of feet and a flash of white tails, the two strange rabbits disappeared.
Come back! Come back and play with me! Oh, do come back! I know I am real. Oh, dear. Why did they run away like that? Why couldn't they stop and talk to me?
But there was no answer. Only the little ants ran to and fro, and the bracken swayed gently where the two strangers had passed. The Velveteen Rabbit was all alone.
Now, I have told you 100 times not to stay out past dark. The night is so chilly, and you will catch your death of cold playing out there.
I'm sorry. I'll try not to do it again.
That's a good boy. I remember when I was little, I used to do the same thing.
You did?
Of course. Sometimes I would get so caught up in my play that I didn't know or care what time of day it was.
Then maybe I will grow up and be just like you. I can't think of anyone I would like to be like more.
You are such a dear.
Oh no! I left my bunny outside.
Oh, well, you'll just have to leave him there till morning. I'm sure he will be safe.
I can't. I could never fall asleep without my bunny.
Just try, dear.
I can't. I know I can't. I will be up all night until I have him.
Where did you leave him?
Just outside by the garden. I could get him in 2 seconds.
No, I'll get him. That would be just what I need for you to get sick. Now, you wait here.
And so Nana went out looking for the Velveteen Rabbit by candlelight. She found him wet through with the dew and quite earthy from diving into the burrows the boy had made for him in the flower bed. And Nana grumbled as she rubbed him off with the corner of her apron.
You must have your old bunny. Huh. Fancy all that fuss for a toy.
Give me my bunny. You mustn't say that. He isn't a toy. He's real. When the little rabbit heard that, he was happy. For he knew that what the skin horse had said was true at last. The nursery magic had happened to him, and he was a toy no longer. He was real. The boy himself had said it.
I declare if that old bunny hasn't got quite a knowing expression.
And so time went on, and the little rabbit was very happy. So happy that he never noticed how his beautiful velveteen fur was getting shabbier and shabbier, and his tail was coming unsewn, and all the pink rubbed off his nose where the boy had kissed him. He even began to lose his shape, and scarcely looked like a rabbit anymore, except to the boy. To him, he was always beautiful, and that was all that the little rabbit cared about. He didn't mind how he looked to the other people, because nursery magic had happened to him, and it made him real, and when you are real, shabbiness doesn't matter. And then one day, the boy was ill.
Just then, Cinderella came downstairs. "Who is this?" asked the Grand Duke. "She is only the maid," said the stepmother. "I don't care," said the Grand Duke. "She, too, must try on the slipper." It fit perfectly. Then Cinderella reached in her pocket and pulled out the other glass slipper. The Grand Duke bowed to Cinderella. "You are the girl the prince says he must marry," said the Grand Duke. So Cinderella went to the palace and married the prince, and they lived happily ever after.
My rabbit! Where's my rabbit?
Don't worry, dear. He's right beside you. Oh, dear, you're burning up. I do hope the doctor gets here soon. My poor boy. My poor, sweet, wonderful boy. It's about time. I'm worried sick. Just look at him. He's burning up.
What was his temperature the last time you took it?
105.
I see. Oh, I see. Inflamed forces, a scarlet rash. Oh, dear.
What? What is it?
It looks as though your boy has caught himself a highly contagious febrile disease caused by a type of streptococcus and characterized by inflammation of the fauces and a scarlet rash. In other words, he's caught himself a bad case of...
Scarlet fever. I just knew it would have to be that. What am I to do?
Don't worry. Given plenty of rest, he should recuperate within a couple of weeks. Make sure he gets plenty of fresh air.
Should I open the window when it gets warm?
I mean fresh air, away from here. The best thing to do would be bring him to the seaside. I strongly advise you go as soon as possible. Tomorrow wouldn't be soon enough.
Anything, so long as my boy gets better. Tomorrow it will be.
Hurrah! Tomorrow we shall go to the seaside. The boy often talks of the seaside, and long since I very much wanted to see it. Tomorrow I shall. I will see the big waves coming in, and the tiny crabs, and the sand castles.
There are a few things that must be done before you go. This whole room must be disinfected, and all the books and toys the boy has played with in the past few days must be burned.
All of them?
Every single solitary one.
How about this old bunny?
That? Why, that's a mess of scarlet fever germs.
But the boy loves him so.
What? Nonsense. Get him a new one. He mustn't have that anymore. Burn it at once.
That night, the boy slept in a different bedroom, and he had a new bunny to sleep with him. It was a splendid bunny, all white plush with real glass eyes. But the boy was too excited to care very much about it, for tomorrow he was going to the seaside, and that in itself was such a wonderful thing that he could think of nothing else. And while the little boy was asleep, dreaming of the seaside, the little rabbit lay among the old picture books in the corner behind the fowl house, and he felt very lonely. He was shivering a little, for he had always been used to sleeping in a proper bed. And by this time, his coat was worn so thin and threadbare from hugging that it was no longer any protection to him. Nearby, he could see the thicket of raspberry canes growing tall and close like a tropical jungle, in whose shadow he had played with the boy in bygone mornings. He thought of those long sunlit hours in the garden, how happy they were, and a great sadness came over him. He seemed to see all pass before him, each more beautiful than the other. The fairy huts and the flower bed, the quiet evenings in the wood when he lay in the bracken, and the little ants ran over his paws. The wonderful day when he first knew that he was real. He had thought of the skin horse, so wise and gentle, and all that he had told him.
Real isn't how you are made. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real.
Does it hurt?
Sometimes. But when you are real, you don't mind being hurt.
I suppose you are real. Oh, I didn't mean that.
The boy's uncle made me real. That was a great many years ago. But once you are real, you can't be unreal again. It lasts for always.
Of what use is it to be loved and lose one's beauty and become real if it all ends like this?
Give me my bunny. You mustn't say that. He isn't a toy. He's real.
Why, what's all this wet stuff in my eye? My eye is rain?
And a tear. A real tear. Trickled down his shabby nose and fell to the ground.
Little rabbit, don't you know who I am? I am the nursery magic fairy. I take care of the playthings that all the children have loved. When they are old and worn out and the children don't need them anymore, then I come and take them away with me and turn them into real.
Wasn't I real before?
You were real to the boy because he loved you. Now you shall be real to everyone.
And she held the little rabbit close in her arms and flew with him into the wood.
Little rabbit, little one, dry all your real tears away. For that real has come to stay forever within you today. Your fur has grown quite shabby, and your eyes unsewn and worn. Your pink ears are slowly graying, and your skin so very worn. But if you could do it again, wouldn't you sleep and play with the boy again? Feel his breath blow soft in your ear in a warm, cozy
'Tis why I am here to help you, to free you from all of your pain, to let your love continue, and that happiness upon you. The stars are twinkling for you. The moon is shining extra bright. They'll welcome in your warm pool. Oh, 'tis so very
I've brought you a new playfellow. You must be very kind to him and teach him all he needs to know in Rabbitland, for he is going to live with you forever and ever and ever, ever.
The stars are twinkling for you. The moon is shining extra bright. They're welcoming on this so very
Run and play,